Let's just chill out today and build a kit. Hey, what's happening, guys? Today is November 21st, 2020. And if you take a look here at the Social Blade website, for my website, you can see we are at 99,000.1 subscribers. Oh, so close to that 100,000 mark. In fact, if we go to future projections, and go to subscriber milestone, you will see that they are predicting we reach 100,000 subscribers on the 24th. I think that's pretty cool. So I just figured I would mark this video, showing what's going on this date. 2 days away from reaching 100,000. And hello. And even better, my Steelers are undefeated. Yay! Alright, now that we've marked the date with the current events, we won't mention anything political. Let's go build a kit. So today we're going to build this wreath kit. And this was sent in to me by KCL, but KCL, I can't find your information. So please, if you're watching, let us know who you are and where we can order one of these kits, because it looks like fun. So we have a 555 timer, some LEDs, capacitor, switch, potentiometer, probably to adjust the speed. Let's get the stuff we're going to need to put this together. We get my soldering stuff there. Soldering iron holder. Get my soldering station all fired up here. I'm using the KSGER T12 soldering station with a nice conical tip. That's what I prefer. And let's see, what else do we want out of here? We'll get some flux. And just in case, we'll get one of these little picks to help us move things around on the board. Alright, so we'll get out the parts. Got a 9-volt battery, battery holder, clip, whatever you want to call it. Some Velcro for stickiness. And the components. Oh, okay. So we have different colored LEDs. That would explain why we have different markings on here. I did not realize that. If you hear music in the background, that is my son Blake, who's decided he's now likes 90s music. So I showed him how to play Glycerin by Bush yesterday, and now he is practicing it. Alright, so we got our 2 different color LEDs. We have a 10 microfarad, 160 volt capacitor, nice. We have our 555 timer, potentiometer. We have our switch, 47K, yep, and 100 ohm. Yep, but we don't seem to have a 1K. I guess, well, the other one's a 1K, right? Is that what it is? Yeah, 1K and 47K. All right, so generally I like to get started by putting in the resistors. So we'll do that first. I don't have one of those former things, so I just bend them by hand. Generally not a problem. So yeah, I am super excited to be about to reach 100,000 subscribers. When I started this channel back in 2016, that was my goal, was to reach 100,000 subscribers. So I'm going to have to reset my goal now to, I guess, 1 million. So it took me 4 years to get this far. Hopefully I'm still around in 4 more years and we can get to 1 million subscribers. That would be cool. I'd definitely like that. So I'm going to stop with these 400 ohm resistors in here. And we will solder them up to begin with. That will be our first soldering here. So let me zoom in for you. Alright, so we have a clean and shiny tip. Put a little solder on there for thermal transfer. And we're going to start by just soldering up one side of each of these resistors. That way we can make sure they're in place and where we want them. See, that one is sticking out a little further off the board than I would like. So since we only did the one, all I have to do is heat that up. Ow, that burned me. And voila, we're back to where we want to be. That one's a little bit off too, so let me move it up to just a bit. Now I will solder in the rest of them. Alright, so let's put in our 47K resistor. And our 1K resistor. Oops. There we go. Bend those leads out so it kind of stays in place, and I'm going to do the same thing while I solder up one leg. So my son's been playing guitar now since late January, and I'm really proud of him. He's doing a great job. He practices throughout the week. We practice together on the weekends. He's taking lessons, plus what I show him, which isn't much. But he's enjoying it and he's picking it up, which I knew he would. And I've been playing for a long time, but you can always get better. So when I signed him up for lessons, I signed myself up for lessons as well, and we take them together. It's just, you know, something we can do together. It's a lot of fun. And it's a great father-son activity. All right, next up, we're going to put in the potentiometer. Same kind of thing is going to bend those leads to hold it in place. And I'll solder in one leg. Give it a little finger pressure to hold it. Yep, it's in place, we're good. I'll solder in the other joints. So for his first guitar, just to see if he was going to stick to it, I bought him a cheapo guitar off of Amazon, which he played for about 2 weeks until I saw that he was really into it. And then we went to Guitar Center in Pittsburgh and bought him a proper Mexican Stratocaster, which he really seems to enjoy. But the kid's got taste. What the kid doesn't have is a job. So I was looking for a cheap, what I call a knock-around acoustic guitar, just something that, you know, I wouldn't mind taking out to a bonfire and whatnot. So we went to a local guitar store in Ohio here, in St. Clairsville, Ohio, called CA House Music. And I picked up a cheap $180 Yamaha acoustic. Just perfect for what I want. Plays nice. But if I accidentally drop it in the fire, I'm not going to cry too much. While we're there, the kid starts playing a Gibson SG-HP, which is their high performance model, which is well over $2,000. So that's his Christmas present and his birthday present. Getting them both. All right, I think we should put in the 555 timer next, and I'm going to put a socket in there. Using sockets is great because it allows you to change chips if there's a problem easily. I mean, you can always desolder your chips, but sometimes that is easier said than done. Whoops. But if you put them in a socket, you are not going to have any trouble getting them out when you need to. I think that tape has just about had it. Luckily, I say luckily, we got some nice blue painter's tape here, and that will do the job just as well. Yes, I've heard about blue tack. They don't sell it anywhere around me. Not that I've been in any stores for a while. The story about the music store I was telling you about was from June, July maybe? July, I think. As soon as we opened back up after the COVID shutdown. Still trying to avoid crowds. See, that's a little up. That should be better. Yep, that's sitting down nice and flat now. Now I'm happy with it. So, that's what's been going on around here. Thanksgiving's coming up next week. My sister is cooking Thanksgiving dinner, but I'm not going. And son's not going. You know who is going? My mother. My sick mother. And you know, can't tell parents what to do. You can only suggest. So I have suggested to her that she stay home for her own good, but she has overridden me. Since she is the mother, I mean, you know, she gets to do that. I can't tell her what to do, even though I'm the one that takes care of her. Now, my sister lives over an hour away in West Virginia, so my aunt, my mother's baby sister, will be driving her and my mother. I hope they have a nice time and don't come home infected. The reason I'm worried is that my sister has 2 adult children, one of whom is an elementary school teacher. The other one is a college student at West Virginia University, WVU, which is a huge school. And I'm afraid of what they might bring home to my mother. Alright, so LEDs, long leg positive, short leg is the cathode, and usually also has the flat. So we'll start by doing the red ones in the one that has 2 circles. And I am being very careful to pay attention to the markings so that we have our polarity correct. Alright, I'm going to solder those in, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got all the red ones in. Hopefully correctly. I'm pretty sure I did. Now, one thing I noticed was that all of the anodes for the red LEDs were situated towards the outside. But the white LED anodes seem to be situated towards the inside. So, what I'm guessing is that he's using the ability of the 555 timer. You can't see that, can you? There we go. To both source and sink current. So when the output of the 555 is high, say the red ones come on, and when the output is low, the white ones will come on. But that's my guess. Should I put these in right? So the boy just left to go spend the afternoon with his girlfriend. Hard to believe that my little boy not only drives and has his own car, but has a girlfriend. Man, talk about feeling old. I don't know, then the rest of you guys out there that have kids out of college and go, yeah, just wait till he graduates from college. I know. I don't even want to think about it. You know, he'll be a senior in high school next year. Then he'll be gone. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. He's been, you know, an integral part of my life forever. For 16 and a half years. Right? Oh, well. We all adapt, I guess, and move on. So, I guess I shall have to adapt and move on. That one's looking pretty good. Mostly because I hung it horizontally. Notice when I cut these, I'm holding on to the cutoffs so they don't fly halfway across the room. Plus, LED cutoffs are nice and thick. And they make good jumper wires if you need jumper wires. And, you know, you almost always need jumper wires. So, 100,000 subscribers. That means we're going to have to start dishing out the giveaways. I haven't looked at the sign-up form yet. There's a link down below if you haven't signed up yet. You got to be a subscriber. And last time I checked, there were over 300 or 400 people, I forget how many, who had signed up. I mean, you'd think out of 100,000 people you get more than that sign up, but you never know. You just never know. Sometimes people don't want to do it, whatever. So we got all kinds of prizes we'll be giving away. So we're supposed to hit on the 24th 100,000. 24th is what? 22nd. Sunday. So that's Tuesday. I've already got Wednesday's video planned. So probably next, assuming everything goes according to plan, probably next Friday I will do the drawings for the giveaways. assuming everything goes as planned, because it could change at any minute. YouTube could, you know, just decide, hey, we don't want this channel around anymore. And I've heard that's happened to a few people, so that's why I'm not really saying when I'm going to do it, but that's where my plans sit as of this moment. To do those drawings Friday, assuming everything stays the same and we actually hit 100,000. So watch the regular, you know, the YouTube community tab. You know how I sometimes post stuff there. If there's going to be any changes, that's where I'll put it, so you guys can find out about it. Otherwise, crap. Let's say Thursday, which is what, the 25th? Thanksgiving here in the United States, is going to be your last chance to sign up by midnight Thursday. If you're not signed up by then, you're not going to be able to get into the giveaway drawings. And again, like I said, if there's going to be any changes, I will put them on the YouTube community page. All right. So that should be it for our soldering. Next, we'll put in the 555 timer. A most handy little IC. It's got to form them leads. That's a little much. When you're putting in ICs, what you want to do is do it by feel. You know, there's going to be some resistance, some friction, because that's the socket gripping them. And that's what you want. But you don't want there to be so much resistance that you can't get them in, or they bend. So I'm checking. There's no bends there. Everything is seated. Everything is seated there. All right. Battery. Plug in the battery. And there we have it. Exactly as I thought. When pin 3 of the 555 timer goes high, we'll say the red lights, and when it goes low, the white lights, which means so if we stick to red goes high, red is on high, white is on low. The white LEDs are hooked to VCC through a current limiting resistor. And then the other end of the resistor is hooked to pin 3 of the 555 timer, the output. Whereas these guys, it's the cathode, no, the anode, which is hooked to the 555 timer, and then through their current limiting resistor to ground. And that's how we're able to get it to go in both directions. That's just completely swamping everything out, isn't it? I thought it would make it look pretty. All right, make sure the switch works. Good deal. This was a fun little kit. This was an easy kit to build. Hopefully KCL will chime in here and tell us who he is and where we can get one of these kits. So please do. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking with me since November 10th? November 10th? I can't remember. Mid-November of 2016 when I started this channel. Thank you so much for being my friends, coming into my house, and spending time with me. I really appreciate it. That's it. I'm out. Peace.